I wanted to make a video on like teacher icks from the perspective of the things that teachers really don't like that other teachers do. And though there was plenty of information like on the internet and I had plenty of my own examples, I thought who better to ask than all of my favorite TikTok teachers. So that's exactly what I did. And here are their responses. Obviously, many of them, their identities will be withheld, but I will tell you exactly what they said and you'll see. So the very first comment that I got, like as soon as I posted this video, was asking too many questions in PDs when everyone is already ready to go. I felt like this was the absolute number one ick because I too can't stand the teacher that does that. Because why? Like, we are ready to go. I don't want to talk to you and I don't want to hear any of the questions you have, especially since they only pertain to you. So that was a given. The next one, oh my gosh, if you are anywhere on teacher TikTok, you know all about the whole Pinterest thing, Pinterest classroom thing. So the very next one I got was, is it too early to say Pinterest perfect classrooms? To which I responded, absolutely not. You read my mind. Because Pinterest classrooms set teachers, new teachers specifically, up to think that their classroom has to be like this picturesque type vision, and it's not, because no one really can afford that unless you're married to a freaking billionaire and you have endless money and time and resources, to which literally no teachers I know do. So it'd be like a handful. So like the 10 Pinterest classrooms are probably those people, not me. Okay, I can't afford comfortable seats. Get those little blue chairs. Sneezing and then touching food at the potluck, and this is actually reason number 56,789 of why we don't eat foods at potluck. Agreed. We are not eating your food at the potluck. Also, this one had 6 upvotes, which is really funny for TikTok. Anyways, another one is I hate when other teachers act like they are in competition with another teacher and talk about them instead of helping them become better. Yes, I will have to have a conversation about like teacher gatekeeping, because that's an absolute real thing. I don't know why we do it, but we do it, where I won't even say it's all teachers, but it's enough of them for it to actually be annoying. And what we're talking about is when teachers will like go, like especially the old school teachers, they'll go behind like your back and be like, oh my god, so and so is so amazing. Or actually, they won't say they're amazing, they'll talk about like, she has no classroom management, or she's not dealing with this student right, or she's not doing, handling those accommodations right, or I would have done it this way. Instead of just going to that person and saying, let me show you a different way, or being open to giving suggestions or guidance or mentorship, they just want to talk shit about you because teachers do that. I don't know why. It's like a cult. I don't know. First of all, I'm guilty of doing this, but I was told reply all. And at first I was doing it and got called out on it. Now I hate it too, because every teacher hates reply all. Please don't respond to all 200 staff members. We do not care. Next one says jealous teachers. Goes along the same lines as teachers gatekeeping, in my opinion. Smiling in your face and running to tell on you to admin every chance they get. To which I say, snitches get stitches. Do with that what you will. This one's actually really interesting. I won't say it's interesting because it's so true. Treating elective teachers like they're less important. All right. So when you get to middle and high school, and again, I teach in Georgia, so I'm only going to give you the Georgia perspective, but my assumption is it's probably like this in most places, where electives and non-required courses for middle and high school, meaning that there's like a certain number of classes that you have to pass to be promoted to the next grade or to get to the next level, right? Or in high school in order to graduate. And then there's like a ranking within that where there might be certain classes that you have to pass no matter what. So since I'm a middle school teacher, we'll talk middle school perspective. In a middle school in the state of Georgia, that is a public middle school, for middle schoolers, English language arts and math are required pass subject that you must pass no matter what. And you can be held back if you don't. You will fail your grade level if you don't pass those courses and get the required credits that you need. But you still have to pass like 5 out of 6 courses, or if you take 8, then it's usually 7 out of 8. I'm not sure how that math breaks down because I've only dealt with 2 different districts, and they're both the 5 out of 6 courses for middle schoolers. So anyways, if you don't pass those, so anyways, going into that, teachers that are math and language arts tend to be a little snooty, tend to have this air about them where they kind of snub their noses. Now, mind you, I'm a math teacher. I try not to be this way, but I don't doubt that maybe that's perception that other teachers may have about me. I don't know. But they tend to feel as though, and I have been a witness of this, where because they teach math and they know that their content area is a required pass for those students, there's like a I'm more important than you type of feeling. Note that I only said math and language arts, meaning that if you're an art teacher or you teach computer science or you teach regular science, physical education, whatever, that you're not pushed as hard. Like, students can fail your course and still be promoted. Like, if I only fail PE, I can still go to the next grade as long as I pass math, language arts, and a few other classes, right? So I know that this is sucky, but ultimately what ends up happening is kids don't feel the pressure to pass those courses, and teachers don't, and especially from an admin perspective, there's just not a lot of emphasis put on those courses. Now, am I saying that it should be that way? No, we should act as if all the classes are required and encourage students to want to do well in everything. Is that the reality? No. So let's move on. Other teachers attempting to discipline my students. I got this, boo. Okay, y'all, it is a freaking pet peeve. Do not, if you hear me in my class or my class sounds out of order, whatever, don't come in here and try to do my job for me. If I'm standing here, like, let me figure it out. And if you have a better idea on how I should handle my classroom management, talk to me later, but don't talk to me right now. Like, so like that's the same as like parenting. Like, don't try to undermine me in front of my kids. It's like me and my husband have an understanding. If he's disciplining our kids, I have nothing to say. I'm in 100% agreement with whatever he's talking about in the presence of my kids. When my kids are no longer present, so maybe before bed, or we can talk to each other on the side and have a conversation and say, hey, maybe I didn't agree with your perspective on this, or let me add some context and let's have a discussion. But at no point will my children ever know that we were in disagreement about whatever was taking place at that time, because united front, people are like, what are y'all doing? What? Anyways, same thing goes in the classrooms. And then I'll let this be the last one because I really didn't want this video to be that long, but breathe. They just be breathing. That's what I was said. And somehow I do not disagree. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and follow. And if you do follow me or you don't follow me on TikTok, then maybe you should. I'm also on Threads. And yeah, pretty much if you type in the Snarky Teacher, like anywhere, I'll pop up.